Because Peter is a bugger to blow, do you know that?
Now.
Listen, Peter, there's no use fooling around with this. I think there's something wrong with the shape of my lip.
Well, I'll just show you, and then you can take it again. Now, see, one, just that way.
Right.
Just try it now.
I think you have a longer upper lip than I have. It seems that your lip seems to droop over at grand somehow or other, in a very natural kind of way. I don't think people to get my lip into the shape of it all.
No, you're not closing the holes properly.
Be that holy. Listen, Peter, the people are not going to sit here all night looking at me puffing and panting like this.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to hand it up to you, Peter Horan, that you've got a gift that I'm never going to get. Tell me this, and you needn't be afraid of hurting my feelings. Maybe I'm too old to start, am I?
Well, I'd say you're a bit young.
Yeah,
a year or two anyway.
A year or two. You're very polite. What age did you start?
Well, I played that, not that concert flute, but I played a concert flute at 9.5 years.
Well, having sort of had a go at it myself now, my respect for you has increased enormously, because it seems a curious thing. Like with a clarinet or something, you're blowing straight into the thing and the reed's on your lip. But how do you actually show me now how you project the air into that?
Well, without any finger.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Got to make the Sligo underneath them railway train pulling out. Well, it's a start, but some other time, Peter, maybe in the privacy of your own home when the camera's gone, you'll show me a bit more about it. But tell me something about the musical tradition of Gurteen. It seems to be an extraordinarily musical part of the country.
Well, Gurteen and Killavil, yes.
Gurteen and Killavil.
Gurteen and Killavil. Well, I'm in Killavil area now.
But you're very close together.
Well, there's only 3 miles between us anyway, right. So we always mixed up years gone by. Right. You know, because there was no pub in Killavil. There's always the pubs in Gurteen, so we used to always gather there.
Yeah. But why are you so specific about Killavil? Is this more musical than Gurteen, do you think?
Well, it's a hard thing to say that now. There's a lot of musicians in the Gurteen area in the years past, but there was a lot of great musicians in Killavil. Very good. Yeah. All the top fiddlers was in Killavil,
is that right?
Including Michael Coleman.
Yes, right.
But in my time, it was music night after night. I'd be ladding, and I'd be listening to those. I had to listen to it because there was nothing else I could listen to on Irish music, you see.
Yes.
Now it's television and it's pop and whatnot.
Yes. Well, coming back to how you started, this was a house of fiddlers. How did you come to take up the flute?
Well, I started on the tin whistle, and then from that on, I thought of the little toy, and I got the flute. It was a bit heavier and stronger, so I liked the flute, and I kept at it. Well, I was playing the fiddle at the same time as I was playing the flute, But it was all fiddlers, so I decided that, well, now a mixture would be nice, so I started on the flute.
Do you give lessons?
Well, I never took on lessons because I never knew anything about notes, to be honest.
How do you mean?
Notes, D, G, F, and all this crap.
Really?
No, but I had a few classes in the school by the CEO.
Yeah.
They wanted to get the traditional style of music, so I took on a few classes and got on very well with the kids. I had 3 or 4 different groups. I varied the groups to the ages, and I kept them in their ages,
Yes.
It was marvellous how they got on. It was by number, 1, 2, 3.
By numbers?
Numbers. And they could pick it up because they had the numbers going to school, and it was simple to them.
Right.
One finger down,
Oh, yes.
And they could follow on.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how many different keys would you play in? Or do you take any account of that at all?
Well, I'll tell you about that now. I'll be honest with you. I could change a key in 2 different keys anyway. But you could ask me what key it was in, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I know.
Now, simple as that.
When you listen to a man like James Galway, for instance.
Yes.
Now, what would your estimate be of his type of playing?
Oh, if I was in James Galway's shoes, I wouldn't be around here anyway. No way. Oh, he's genius. So I suppose he's one of the greatest in the world, sure.
I've heard it said now, and I'm not trying to flatter you at all, that in your own field, you would be as good as James Galway.
Well, there's no comparison. Like, I couldn't know how good I'd be in my field compared to him in his field. I would not, no. To be honest, I wouldn't think so.
Well, that's the opinion some people have of you anyhow.
No. Well, I suppose in traditional music I might be all right. Like, I'm not saying I'd be in any top field or anything,
of
but
course.
I think James Galway in his field, there's nothing can touch him anyway. Like, my estimation of what he can do, like, on a flute, like, playing my stuff the way I do, like.
Right. Well, you played for years with a man who was something of a legend too, Fred Finn, isn't that right?
Oh yes, my best friend. Yes, Fred died there after Christmas. Oh yes, my best friend ever. 40 years.
That was the violin and the and flute together.
Yes.
And you played. Did you play dances or concerts? Or?
We played in everything. We played at Cayley's gone by. We had the two great Cayley bands in them days, the Glenview Cayley band, and then we came along with the Coleman Country Cayley band.
Yes.
We had different types of bands, but they were the leading two we had, like.
Yes.
You know.
Well, you know what, we've been talking about flute playing now for quite a while, and I have been showing, I think, to the general public how difficult it is even to get a note out of it. Maybe you would now it's long enough ago to have forgotten my efforts now. Would you now maybe give us a little bit of your own to show how it should be done?
Well, now,
what are you going to do? What do you play?
I play a reel. I think it's the most thing that was always played around this country was reels, you know.
Mm-hmm.